Auditor named Brian Ferentz went through all of TPUSA's tax documents and found that in just 2023, a large life insurance policy was taken out on Charlie Kirk.
Erika Kirk is profiting off of her husband's murder. Like profiting, massively profiting. And people are like, no, she's not. Turning Point went from 1 building to 6, really. It's like, oh, you're just giving her money so she can go to her jewelry budget, so she can buy some big honkin', Mr. T, cool gold jewelry to wear in her hand and things like that. Like, she can wear all this expensive stuff. She can do, it's giving, donate your hard-earned money. But
y'all, the mask didn't just slip. It was ripped off in a courtroom, and the person holding the receipts is the last one Erika Kirk ever expected. While Erika has been busy playing the part of the grieving widow on a national grief tour, Charlie's own parents just walked into court with evidence that suggests she didn't just inherit Charlie's legacy, she might have stolen it. We aren't talking about pocket change here. We are talking about a $10 million to $40 million life insurance payout that Charlie's parents claim was secured through a web of shady financial practices and a power grab so calculated it would make a corporate raider blush. If you thought the rumors about her being money hungry were just gossip, wait until you hear what the nannies just told CPS. This isn't just a family feud anymore. It's a full-blown criminal allegation that Charlie's death on September 10th was the ultimate payday for a woman his parents say never truly loved him. How do you make a $40 million payout invisible? You use a shell company? Insiders are pointing to GGLF 2023 LLC, a Wyoming-based entity Charlie owned as CEO of Turning Point USA.
Auditor named Brian Ferentz went through all of TPUSA's tax documents and found that in just 2023, a large life insurance policy was taken out on Charlie Kirk. GGLF LLC paid for a split dollar life insurance policy for the president/CEO of Turning Point USA, aka Charlie Kirk. Annual premiums for this policy are massive, meaning that the death benefit for someone who is 31 years old and a non-smoker would be between $20 and $50 million. GGLF 2023 LLC is also owned by Charlie Kirk, so why would he have one business paying one of his other businesses for his own life insurance policy? Because it's a common tax strategy for high net worth individuals that comes with massive write-offs and deductions, making sure that the beneficiary would not have to pay a massive estate tax of up to 40%.
If you think that you have to give a life insurance policy to your spouse, you don't. This is like a common thing you see in in these horror stories of, I don't know, like these corporations or criminal organizations where they take out life insurance policies on people who work for them. So like if they die, the money gets paid to the organization. Maybe this explains her weird candor all of the time. She's like, I am going to be very upset about what happened. And you're like, why do you seem like you're having to try to look upset? She's all, I just got rich, son.
Here's the part that has the court stunned. In September 2025, just 3 days before Charlie was assassinated, this company was dissolved over a measly $60 unpaid tax bill. Miraculously, the company was quietly reinstated in December 2025, right when the insurance claims were being filed. By then, Erika had already maneuvered herself into the CEO seat at Turning Point USA just 8 days after Charlie's death. Charlie's parents aren't buying the coincidence. They are alleging Erika manipulated the timeline to ensure she was the sole person signing the checks. Remember that resurfaced interview? Erika literally said, if a man isn't capable of handing over 100% of the finances, you shouldn't marry him. It seems she took her own advice to a chilling extreme.
Guys discuss religion, finances, politics, how to raise children before getting engaged. If I could just chime in on one of them. Men, you should be completely in charge of finances.
I totally agree.
And your wife should have nothing to do with it. They can have input, but you should release that burden from your wife and just take care of all the money.
I have to say, having to provide for just as myself as a woman, having to provide for yourself, especially because when I was living in New York City, it all fell on me. It's exhausting. I love the fact that I can relinquish that role to my husband because he's so good at it, but relinquish it to him and say, I trust you so much. I know you're going to help provide for our family. That is one less thing I have to not deal with. I've watched my mom have to deal with that while she had her own business and she was my mom and dad in one package because my parents got divorced when I was really young. But to be able to relinquish that to you is so liberating. And I can focus on other things that are way more important because that's your domain and I don't have to worry about it.
While Erika is telling the world she's too stunned to speak because her 3-year-old daughter Genevieve begged to live with her grandparents, the real story is much darker. People were already creeped out by her blueberry budget comments.
And I talked to her and she said, "Mommy, I missed you." I said, "I miss you too, baby." She goes, "Where's Daddy?" What do you tell a 3-year-old? She's 3. I said, "Baby, Daddy loves you so much. Don't you worry. He's on a work trip with Jesus, so he can afford your blueberry budget." And my goodness, am I so humbled to witness Charlie, you alongside Jesus right now.
Telling a toddler that her daddy is on a work trip with Jesus so he can afford her fruit. But the nannies are telling a different story to authorities. Reports are surfacing that nannies have reportedly called CPS multiple times because Erika couldn't be bothered to check up on the kids. Instead of grieving with her children, Erika allegedly dumped them with an army of nannies to start her Turning Point USA media tour. Her 3-year-old isn't just asking for her grandparents, she is reportedly crying and screaming to stay away from Erika. Is she a grieving widow? Or is she a black widow profiting from a tragedy while her kids suffer? This lack of maternal instinct isn't new, according to those digging into her past. Before she was the First Lady of MAGA, Erika ran an orphanage called Romanian Angels. Allegations suggest she never tried to connect with the orphans personally, and that it was all about the optics. Darker theories claim thousands of kids were sent across Europe and Asia without proper documentation while under her care. When you combine that history with her scripted meeting with Charlie in Israel, which she admitted was not a coincidence, a pattern of calculated ambition emerges.
That nothing is by mistake. Nothing. I will never forget the time I was in Israel with my husband, well, that was the second time, but the first time with my mother on a pilgrimage. And I was standing in the ticket line, and I remember looking behind me, and in the snake of the ticket line was a guy who looked very familiar. I had no idea who he was. And I told my mom, "This guy looks so familiar." And as a typical mother, she said, "Go and say hi." No. We were late for our flight, and I'm not going to come off like a crazy person that's just weird. That ended up being Charlie. Nothing is by coincidence. Now, did we know that no, not until we were like 3 months into our relationship and looking at timestamps, seeing that both of us were in Israel at the same time. But nothing is by coincidence.
Charlie's parents are now using this pattern to argue that Erika never wanted the kids or the marriage. She wanted the $12 million net worth and the $100 million a year platform. It's not just the insurance. Since the assassination, TPUSA has reportedly raised over $90 million, with Erika at the helm.
To address some of Erika Kirk's hypocrisy towards Candace Owens. So she implies, that was a direct shot to Candace, we all know, that Candace is making hundreds and thousands of dollars off of each episode that she speaks about her questions of Charlie Kirk's assassination. In fact, the murder of her best friend, as to profit from Charlie Kirk's death. But Turning Point made $40 million at Mar-a-Lago. Donations. Turning Point, since Charlie Kirk's death, has made $140 million. You are making money off of Charlie Kirk's death.
Critics like Candace Owens have been vocal, claiming $8.6 million is already unaccounted for and comparing the situation to shady dealings seen in other major nonprofits.
In a typical scenario, when somebody's murdered in broad daylight and they have $100 million organization behind them, it's common sense that you should check the people that work at that organization. That's the first people that you should begin to investigate. So we reject your naval intelligence psychological operation where you tell us that that's a weird thing to do, okay? It's always somebody close to you. And if there's a financial motive, yeah.
Charlie's parents have seen enough. They've reportedly met with lawyers and pulled every nanny report and message they could find. They are moving for full custody of both Genevieve and baby MacArthur, and they want the court to freeze the insurance funds before Erika can spend another dime on her fat wardrobe allowance.
And they're using it to make the people in the churches super wealthy. And it's really feeling like that's what Erika Kirk is doing. It's like, oh, you're just giving her money so she can go to her jewelry budget, so she can buy some big honkin', Mr. T, I pity the fool, gold jewelry to wear in her hand and things like that. Like, she can wear all this expensive stuff. She can do, like, it's giving, like, donate your hard-earned money. But then she's judging women for, like, oh, you're just posting your kids to get $50 off a stroller. Like, just buy a stroller you can afford. Like, it's so, like, she's like the Christian Marie Antoinette or something, which I think Marie Antoinette was Catholic, so she technically would be Christian, but that's a whole other conversation. But like, it's giving the whole, like, just give me money, give me more money, and I'm gonna flash around my jewelry.
So here's the question that has everyone on the edge of their seats. If the 3-year-old has already chosen her grandparents, what happens when the court hears the full testimony from the nannies? Charlie's parents aren't playing nice anymore. They believe they have the red-handed proof that the life insurance payout was a heist, not a legacy. Is Erika Kirk about to lose the CEO title, the $40 million, and her children all in one fell swoop? What do you think? Is Erika a victim of a grieving family's projection, or did she plan this power grab all along? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm reading all of them.